We are live. Sorry for being late. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Conversations on Content. Finally, been back for a while, but we had some technical issues. I hope everything's sounding okay. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me, if it sounds okay, because I can't hear anything over on this end. So, Adrian, hope your eyelashes went on well. I left you a fun little comment over on TikTok. I saw your eyelashes. Miss Adrian Smith is in the house. Hope you're having a great evening. So, where have we been? I've been working on this new channel. And, well, it's not new. It's actually revamping one of my old channels, which is the Serenity Journey. And here we go. There's the Serenity Journey channel. We've been building it up, and we got up to 220 subscribers already. It's going up a little bit. So, and this is where we're sharing our pathway to inner peace and showing some of our fun stuff that we're doing there. And got a bunch of videos going in. We just put a new short out. We're going to test it, see if we get any views on it, see if anything happens with it. We've been getting some views. I also put this short out on TikTok and Instagram. It's actually doing pretty well on Instagram already. Got a couple hundred views on TikTok already. So we're trying a few different platforms, going to see how it's working out. And we're getting some traffic. We're getting some subscribers going on the channel. It's starting to move up. So that's what we've been doing. That's why I've been vanished while we've been kicked off with a new channel. And that's what I've been up to. So just got done with the mandatory goose baby cuddles. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. We got to cuddle the geese. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We have been having a lot of fun working on the new channel, but I do still want to keep going here. I thought I would share my new channel here. And I'm still going to be doing content over here. Kind of what I'm thinking, though, is I'm mainly going to just do live streams over here, do some Q&As. I still want to answer people's questions about YouTube, which is the whole reason I started this channel. And I got this channel started because people were wanting to know, more about how to do things behind the scenes on YouTube and stuff like that. So I'm going to keep doing stuff like that here, answering people's questions, helping people out. But the new channel is really my main focus. Just have a few minutes to definitely talk about the things for sure. So one of the things that we've been doing, yes, I enjoy this space. I enjoy coming in and chatting about my experience with YouTube with people, but let's face it, I'm not a big YouTube growth expert, and I don't pretend to be. But, I have learned quite a few things, and I'm putting all of those things to good use with the new channel. And we're even doing things like we got here. We got our Stream Deck set up. I got a Stream Deck a couple of months ago, and we've been playing with it. So I got it set up now so I can switch cameras. There's my old webcam. We just set it to black and white because trying to match the new Sony A6100 camera with the webcam, kind of color match those and make them look similar and look the same was almost, after spending several hours on it, I got frustrated and I said, we're just going to go black and white with the camera and let it contrast. So we got, a few scenes set up, and I'm working on getting some sound effects and stuff added into the Stream Deck as well. But it was a technical issues that I'm using a virtual sound box to do my sound effects into StreamYard, and something happened at the last second. I had it working earlier today. I tested it, and everything was working fine. I tested it right before the stream, 30 minutes before the stream, and it was working fine. And then 5 minutes before the stream, something glitched in my system, and all of a sudden it all quit working right when it was time to go live. And I was trying to fix it, and I finally just gave up and said, okay, we're just going to go straight with the mic and headset, and we'll mess with the sound effects and stuff later. So that's why I was late. But we're always learning. We're always learning new skills, having some new fun, building some things up. So we're going to be traveling to Dallas next week. We're going on Monday. I'm working on getting a video edited for my other channel before then so that I have my content for next week done. I'm going to try to get at least one video done, maybe two over the weekend, so that I can keep the content going on that channel while I'm gone, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to record and edit and all that stuff while we're traveling. Every time I try to, it just never seems to work out. But the good news is we're actually going for a procedure that's not until Thursday, but she has to have a COVID test before they can do the procedure, and then we have to go in quarantine. So we're going to be sitting around for really 3.5 days. So I may have some time to do some recording and editing while we're up there. I'm just not sure. So I'm going to be prepared in case I can't, but hopefully we can get some work done while we're there, since we're going to be sitting around for a few days anyway, because since he's going to be in quarantine, we can't really go anywhere or do anything. So, but we're having fun, and it's been a good time, and I hope y'all are having a fantastic week. One of the things I want to do, when I started this and I named it Conversations on Content very intentionally. And one of the things that's been my goal all along, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this technically, but I really want it to start being less me sitting here talking and more conversations. I want to kind of do some hangouts, invite some people to come onto the chat and come onto the panel with me, and really get into some conversations on content and conversations on how to, how we use our content, how to purpose content, because a lot of other people have better views than I do necessarily on how some of this stuff works, and everybody's got different experiences. So I just love having that hangout in those content conversations. And to honor our good friend Shelly, who now works for TubeBuddy, what's in our cup? I got a Nature's Twist blueberry lemonade today. That's my ode to Shelly Saves the Day. So, but we've been having fun. We've been learning. We've been growing. We've been putting some things out there. Hold on a second. Got nothing. Working on feeding the donkeys. Ooh wee. Good luck, donkeys. At least they get to eat. So, but I wanted to have conversations about content. One of the things that I thought I'd talk about is, a lot of people want to know about pivoting their content. And looks like I froze up. What the heck? More technical difficulties. Well, my other camera just shut off. See, this is why we have the second camera. Now we got a backup. So it looks like our second camera just shut off. Maybe I'll try to get it back here in a second. So what we got going on, one of the things I've been talking about is, how do you know when to pivot your content and when to, see, that's one of the things I learned about live streaming. You always got to be able to think on the fly. And now we got two cameras, so we got a backup in case the first one goes down. That way we got ways to pivot. And there's Jessica under Prosperous Caregivers, which is one of our other channels that we don't do anything on anymore. So one of the things for me is, this content, this pivot was kind of an inspired, spiritual thing, but it was also just looking logically at my personal experiences in life and things. I have a lot of experience with trying to do content and having a lot of ups and downs and mostly failures. But in the spiritual community and in that side of doing things, it's something I've got over 30 years of experience in. And it's something that I've been teaching for 30 years in different capacities in different ways. And most of what I'm teaching there now is same things I've been teaching for almost 30 years. And so, granted, my knowledge, my experience of those things has changed over the years and gotten better, but it's something that's a real passion of mine. It's something that I really, really enjoy doing. And so I decided to give it a try and see. And it's honestly been my fastest growing channel. I mean, we got over 220 subscribers. We just started taking it seriously about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it's already just starting to take off and starting to grow. I'm getting a lot more better feedback off of the channel. We've been posting some videos. Like I said, I posted that short. I posted a short today, and I posted the same short on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, and I'm getting some good feedback all across the board on the shorts. So I'm going to try to do some more of those. And the short's really just a clip out of one of the videos on the channel. In fact, it was a video I posted earlier today. And so that's what we're doing to help grow that, is we're just focused on this. Catching up on the chat. Oh, it's just Jessica. Okay. So that's really what we're doing there. But what I want to do with this channel, what I'm wanting to do with the content here, is I want to figure out a way to invite people over. I have really two rules for people coming onto the panel with me to help me do some of this content. And one is, I do want it, because we are talking about content, I do want it to be people that are content creators. I don't want somebody that's just thinking about doing content and hasn't ever done their first video. And I don't care if you've got 1 or 2 videos up, or if you've got 100 videos up or 1,000,000 videos up. You're welcome. But I want to have conversations with people about their experience with creating content. And then the second part of that is, I want people that will be respectful. I don't want people that are going to come on, trash talk other people that have less experience, or trash talk other people that have more experience. And I'm not going to play that game. I'm not here to get into a debate over whether monetization of your channel is good thing or an evil thing. That's not what it's about. It's about, talking about content strategies and stuff like that. So if you're a content creator and you can talk respectfully and you can, have good conversations with people without it becoming a argument or a fight, then I would love to have people join me on the panel and come in and start helping us with our content. Yeah, that happens. I mean, it also depends. Sometimes when you take a break, I know when I took a break on the Storage Scavenger channel, the first time I took a break, my viewership went way down. And when I first came back, it took a while for the momentum to get back up. And a bunch of the people that were there that were my supporters when I first started never came back. But as I started rebuilding the audience, more people came in. More Adrian's Pixel Pia, of course, she's always welcome to come on over if she wants to. Just anybody that's creating content. Like I said, as long as they're respectful, I don't mind. Yeah, but you stopped posting regular videos. You just did your live streams. And that's one of the things that I've noticed is some channels do really well just doing live streams and some channels don't. And I don't know. And I know I've been in and out of some of your lives. I caught part of yours today. I lurked. I didn't even say hi. I was just kind of lurking because I was working in the background. Um, but I'm not there all the time as much as I would like to be because I've been busy with other stuff too. Uh, but sometimes, and it may just be the timing. It might just be right now the time of year for people that are in that niche are probably really busy working and doing stuff outside, so they're not sitting inside on a live stream. Um, I mean, I don't know. You know your niche better than I do, but I would think that this would be a busy time of year for everybody. So that just might be it, because sometimes things go in waves too. During certain times of year, people are kind of sitting around not doing anything, and other times of year they're really really busy. And so that's just a thought. We're gonna try the other camera now, see if it'll come back on. Well, it kicked on. Let's see if it'll kick on. Do 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 do. I don't know why my main camera's not working. Well, oh well. I'll just have to worry about it later. So, but that's what it is, And live stream, people come and go. I mean, it's funny. I've been even in the reselling community, going to some of the auction channels, and I've been back to visiting some of them and hanging out with some of them just to hang out. And honestly, I go to some of those streams, and the people that are there are people I've never seen before, and the people that were the regulars there whenever I was there before are nowhere to be seen. They're all up on other channels. So, channel people move, people lose interest in a channel, or maybe they just, did something else, or maybe they lost interest in what they were doing that they were coming to your channel for. You're doing a lot of beekeeping stuff. Maybe they're not interested in beekeeping because you're kind of more specialized in that area lately. And it could be, the three things that get people's attention: topic, title, and thumbnail. And sometimes maybe your topic's just not getting people to click. And, I've had a lot of those myself. And I've had some times where I'll put out something that I think was a great thumbnail, a great title, a great topic. It had a lot of stuff in TubeBuddy that said it was a good search. And then I go and do a video on it and nobody watches it. I get something that, I go on specifically makes a piece of content because a lot of people ask for it and then nobody watches it. And it happens sometimes. So, that's just one of the wonderful world of YouTube, and audiences come and go and people come and go. I mean, look at Nick, look at D. Yeah, they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but how many of those hundreds of thousands of subscribers are actually watching their content? If you look at them, some of them, they put out a video and they get like 10 or 15,000 views. But they have, Nick, some of his videos get 15, 20,000 views, but he's got 500,000 subscribers and he's only getting 10 or 15,000 views on some of his videos. Why? Because a lot of those people subscribe to his channel. They're not doing YouTube anymore. So they quit watching his channel. And there's just a lot of things. So yeah, you can be getting decent views. And sometimes, and that's why I try to format my live streams for replay a lot especially on the other channels and stuff, because there's a lot of times I get more views on the replay than I got during the live. That's why, like, even with the other channel, I've been doing some live streams over there, and I've only got like maybe one or two people coming to the live stream, but I'm getting views on the replay. And I'm getting some good watch time, which means people are sitting, they're getting engaged, they're watching the replay because I'm getting some good watch time off of them, but they weren't there during the live. So, and some of them don't. Some of them I do, an hour live and I get maybe, 10 or 15 minutes worth of watch time on my average view duration. And some of them, they're watching it like all the way through to the end. So it just depends on the title, how engaging I am, and what else is going on. Gotta run. All righty. Well, thanks for stopping by, Adrian. Have a fun night. We'll see you later. So you never know. I mean, what causes people to come and go? And so when you're pivoting on a niche, what I was talking about earlier is when do you know to pivot? Because I see some people that pivot every couple of months and they're constantly changing up their content. And then they wonder why they never build up an audience. And you know, I've been guilty of that. I've been guilty of being distracted. This is why too, when I start a new channel or start a pivot, instead of just pivoting a channel I already have going, I start a new channel or I revive one of my old channels because I got so many sitting around not doing anything. Part of that's because as you do that, then you're going to be able to move better with your content. You're going to be able to switch things up and not have to worry so much about what's going on. You can always go back when you pivot like that. You can always go back to a different type of content, and you have that channel that's got an established audience that's got that kind of content. It's kind of like this one. I still have this here. I can come back and I can still do YouTube stuff. I can still do content stuff here, but sometimes it's boredom. Sometimes it's change of interest. Sometimes it's passion based. And sometimes it's like just, following a gut feeling that I need to do something different for a while. There's a lot of reasons. Sometimes people get burned out on what they're doing. Sometimes they get into a rut. And I've seen channels that do this that didn't pivot, that they get stuck in a rut because they're creating content that people wanted to see, but they're not creating content that they enjoy creating. And after a while, that wears you down and it starts pivoting, starts burning you out, because if you start building your content based on doing just what the audience wants, which I understand is important for growth, to create content that the audience wants to see. But if that's all you ever create and the content you're creating is not content you're passionate about, then you're not going to succeed very well. You're going to get burned out and you're going to get stressed out and you're going to want to quit. I see a lot of YouTube growth channels that look at their content. They like make the same video over and over and over again because that's what the audience gets. And they hate making them. And you can kind of tell that they hate making them because they made that same video a million times. They just, trying to say the same thing in a different way. Well, you have to realize that, one, if you're making the same videos over and over again, you start losing your passion. Will you lose some subscribers? Yes. But you'll be gaining more. That's why they do it. Because if it gets into the search algorithm, it starts picking up search traffic, it starts getting recommended traffic from other channels, then it starts getting to where, yeah, you lose some, but you gain more. So it's a balancing act of, am I gaining subscribers? Am I losing subscribers? But I've seen some people that just stagnate and like they don't gain subscribers for a long period of time. And then this is also where people that do some things, like this is why we don't like doing giveaways and doing freebie content, because if you're just doing freebie content, I've seen a lot of channels that did a big giveaway, got hundreds of subscribers, sometimes even thousands of subscribers doing a big giveaway. And what happened? None of those people ever came back to their channel. They just came and signed up for the free stuff. And then they left. And so then those subscribers start dropping off. YouTube does a purge, they lose subscribers. Or they, some of them may subscribe and watch a video every once in a while, but they're not active members of the community. They don't come back over and over and over again very often. When you pivot, this is the other side, and this is part of why I start new channels instead of pivoting on a channel. When you pivot, some of the audience will leave and they will go, some of them will follow you because there are some people that will become invested in you as a creator because they like you, they like your personality, they like who you are. Some people will not follow you if you change content because they're just there for the topic that you're making content on. And so if you pivot content, this is why I like starting a new channel when I pivot content instead of just you reusing the same channel I'm already on, is because the audience I've already built may or may not be interested in that new content. It also depends on how closely related it is. Like if I go from doing YouTube content and I made a pivot to doing video editing content. Well, those are very, very much similar, although they have some very different aspects to the audience because not everybody that's editing video is a YouTuber. Um, but everybody that does YouTube edits videos, or most people do. So you can retain a lot of that audience. But if I was to pivot, like when I did this pivot from YouTube to spirituality, that's a huge jump. And there are some people that followed me over to the other channel. And if you haven't already, there's a link down in the description below. It's the Serenity Journey here on YouTube. And if you're into the spirituality stuff and you want to see my content on that, you can check it out. But that's, making that shift, it was worth it to go to a different channel. When I went from the storage scavenger to over here, I went with a different channel because it's a totally different niche. And a lot of people that are into the storage unit stuff are not into building their own YouTube channel. But how do you keep the audience engaged? Well, I mean, it varies by niche. It varies by one of the things. That's why we love doing live streams, because keeping the audience engaged is all about, doing this. We're answering people's questions. We're communicating with people in the chat. We're talking to people. That's why I love live streaming. Doing premieres is a great way to do that if you're engaged with that chat that way. Also, it's just how do you keep them engaged in your videos is keeping them interested, making sure that you're putting out content that's, sharing something that's a unique perspective. You don't want to just make a boring lecture video that they can listen to a million other people tell you, and you don't want to be just monotone where you just say the same thing and you stay flat. And this is why I talk with my hands. I modulate my voice. I speed up. I slow down. I move around, and I do this because that kind of stuff will kind of help. It doesn't always help, but it does help some. We can do things like this where we're switching up scenes. So we can look at different cameras. We can look at different things that we have on there. If my other camera was working, we would be able to switch cameras back and forth. So you can do things like that. If my soundboard was working, it quit working right before I went live, but I could do different sound effects and stuff to kind of help people. That's where, like, when we do different things, like I have a buy me a coffee on here, and I actually had a sound effect, a cheering sound effect for people to give people a cheer anytime they gave me a donation. I can't use it because my soundboard didn't work, but that kind of stuff works, and that kind of stuff helps keep people in charge. Yeah, I know you don't like the Wayne Dyer stuff. It puts you to sleep. But see, he's not that monotone, really. I mean, you say he is, but compared to some of the other people that I listen to, he's not. But he was a lecturer. He was a college lecturer. And so a lot of his presentations are given in the same style as a college lecture would be given, because that's the way he was trained in how to speak. Now, if he learned how to speak from Tony Robbins, Tony Robbins is not like Wayne Dyer. He's in your face all over the place, and he's just at this really high intensity level from start to finish. Some people get burned off from that. Some people run screaming because different people learn from different modalities. This is part of knowing your audience, because you have to know what kind of modalities your audience learns from, and you have to know how to modulate yourself to resonate with the audience you're building and that you want to build. If when I'm doing my spirituality stuff, I am more of that low-key tone, because that's also one of the things with Wayne Dyer that he knew. The audience that's interested in that kind of stuff is a lot of times, not all of them, but there's a lot of the people in that are more into that very slow, measured, slow paced, slow speaking, softly talking, that kind of thing. And I do that in some of my videos intentionally because that resonates really well with that particular audience. I wouldn't do that on my storage scavenger channel. I wouldn't do it on this channel because the audiences expect something different. They want to see something different. You always have to know the audience you're playing for. And it is, I don't want to say putting on a show, but it is putting on a show to a degree. We do have to kind of emphasize. The other thing is camera and video. You also have to realize a lot of what you see with like Wayne Dyer. Okay. A lot of Wayne Dyer stuff may seem that way because he's not playing for the camera. He's playing for a live audience who happen to be catching it on camera. We have to kind of elevate our emotions on camera. If you don't, it comes off as being very flat and boring. You have to kind of amplify your emotions to come across. It's not like putting on a show and putting on fake emotions. We have to still be authentic with ourselves, but we have to amplify it just a little bit to come across on camera, because when you come across on camera and you're not amplifying, it's going to actually come off like you're bored. It's going to come off like, and I did that a lot in my earlier videos. That was one of the reasons I struggled early on with some of my videos, was I was like thinking I was all ramped up and all this, and I watched my videos. I'm like, man, I'm bored. I look like I'm bored to me. And I know I wasn't bored when I created it. So that's something you have to understand whenever it comes across. The camera sucks energy and life out of you. So you have to kind of overemphasize your emotions on camera in order for it to seem real. Good morning, Miss Cha Cha. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. I am on the backup webcam because my other camera shut down. So I don't know what's going on with it. It's not coming back on. I think the battery's low on it. I'm not sure. But but it's plugged in, so it should be running off the battery, but it's not. So anyway, so that's what's going on here. That's why I'm in black and white, is because I'm on the backup camera. Yeah, you found my other channel. I saw you subscribe to it. So that's actually what we were talking about just a little bit ago. The Serenity Journey is where I'm spending most of my time. I'm still doing over here because I still have people asking questions about YouTube stuff and content stuff. But one of the things I was talking about, one of the things I really want to do with this channel is bring on other content creators. Hey, Boatman. Hope you're doing well. Desmond, hello, hello, hello. So for those of y'all that just came in, because I saw a bunch of people just came in, one of the things I was talking about doing with this channel, what I want to do is, instead of just doing a ton of recorded videos that, you know, drive me crazy and I'm not super much an expert at anyway, I wanted to do more like panel discussions. The whole reason I named this show The Conversations on Content is because I really want it to be conversations about content creation. And so I want to get some other people coming on the panel with me and hanging out and just talking about what it's like to be a content creator. And, you know, some of the struggles that we go through, some of the things that we have difficulties with, you know, be able to get some different perspectives on different strategies and different ways of doing things with our content to help us build our audiences better so that everybody improves and everybody can grow. And I had 2 rules that I laid out for people to come on the panel with me. 1, be a content creator. Makes sense, right? We're having conversations about content. I want you to be a content creator. And then 2, but it doesn't have to be a YouTuber either. You can be creating content on TikTok. You can be doing content on Facebook. You can be doing content anywhere. You can be running a blog. I don't care. Because content's content. And I love to listen to all the modalities, especially because I'm doing all the modalities. With the Serenity Journey, I'm doing blog. I've got the videos going up on YouTube. I'm taking the audio out of the YouTube and I'm putting them up on Anchor as a podcast. I'm doing TikToks. I'm doing Instagram Reels. I'm doing Dub Smash. I'm hitting as many different platforms as I can, just trying to kind of spread this net of content and see what's going to stick and see what's going to take off and see where people are going to hit. And then we'll focus it down it's kind of like a shotgun approach. You do the shotgun approach right at first and see what's going to stick and see where it's going to stick. And then you can kind of focus in and learn that platform and master that platform and then kind of branch back out and grow it up. So, and it's a very effective strategy that works really, really well, but it can take some time to build. But if you hit it right, you get it to where you start blowing up on one platform, then you can kind of transfer and bleed some of that audience off onto other platforms as well, which is kind of what I want to do. And I've been doing a lot of writing. I published my first ebook on the Serenity Journey, which is you can actually find it on my blog. It's at jamesmpruitt.com. And I just put that book out. Just beginning, but not yet. Well, I mean, you're more than welcome to hang out in the chat and to learn and ask questions. I really want people that are actively starting to create content up on the panel itself. But I mean, if you're just getting started, because there's tons of people that are like thinking about starting and never do. Honestly, I mean, I talk to more people that are thinking about starting content and never put out a piece of content than people that are actively putting out content. Yeah, I put out my first Instagram Reels today. An hour later, I got a notification that had over 1,000 views on it. I don't know how Instagram Reels works. I only had like 10 or 15 likes, but I got a notification that had over 1,000 views within the first hour it was out. So I don't know if that's good, bad, normal. I don't know because I'm just getting into Reels. But I don't have any views. Heck, all my videos on YouTube combined don't have 1,000 views on that channel. And I did one reel that's like, 45 seconds long and it's got over 1,000 views on it. So, hey, Matt, how's the wood carving going? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Yeah, I'm just going for it. I'm just trying to see what happens. So if anybody wants to join in, you're more than welcome to. So the rule number one was I want people to be a content creator. Rule number two is be nice. If we get multiple people coming on with different points of view, I don't mind a discussion of differences of opinion, but I don't want trash talking. So as long as you can follow those two rules, more than welcome to join us on the panel. And come on up, say hi. Hope you're having a fantastic day, Matt. Haven't seen you in a while. I haven't been over at D's. I had to make some shifts and changes around, and unfortunately, I had to let D's membership go for just a little bit. We're gonna reactivate it here in a little bit, but it's been fun. I've been busy with a new channel. So for those of y'all that came in late, my new channel, there's a link down in the description below. It's the Serenity Journey here on YouTube, and it's all about spirituality and the search for inner peace. And hold on a second. Oh no. You have a toothache. I'm sorry, Cha-Cha. Hope that feels better. I can understand though. I've been miserable most of the week myself. We've had a cold most of the week going around the house. Everybody in the house has gotten it. But hopefully it's starting to clear up and people start getting better now. So what's everybody else up to? We've been doing our videos on spirituality. We got the new channel going. We got over 200 and we hit 220 subscribers on the channel today. It's been one of my fastest growing channels. I just started taking it seriously about 3 weeks ago. and started posting videos on there consistently. Posted a little bit more this week, and I've seen some steady growth going up, and we hit 220 subscribers today. Uh-oh. Yeah, I knew you said you were sounding like you were sick the other day. I was wondering if it sounded like COVID. Um, Hope you feel better. Man, that sucks. Is Ian sick too, or is it just you? I know we've had a cold. Jesse went to stay with my parents last week, and he came home with a cold, and now they both got a cold, and Jessica, me, and Emily have all been sick this week. So that's been fun. Well, thank you, Chacha. Yeah, it's been fun. I'm enjoying that channel. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I've been networking a lot. Just the same way I built this channel, same way I built the Storage Scavenger channel. I've been going out, networking with people in the community, getting to know other channel owners, getting to know some of the other channels in the niche, commenting on people's channels, joining a few groups in Facebook and being active in those communities, and just posting here, posting on TikTok, posting on Instagram. I've been doing some pictures and stuff on Instagram, and I just posted my first reels today. And it seems to be growing slowly, steadily, but it's growing faster than just about any other channel I put out. Part of it's because of the experience I've got, I think, but some of it's just I don't know. I resonate with that niche really well. I've got over 30 years of experience in doing that kind of stuff. I've been studying spirituality in different forms for over 30 years. I've been teaching it for 30 years. So it's a content that I was really made for. I tried to do it. I was actually one of the very first spirituality channels on YouTube in 2010. And there wasn't anybody else doing that kind of content in 2010. If I had stuck with it, I probably would have been a lot bigger by now. But I didn't stick with it. I got into some of the imposter syndrome. I got into got into my feelings. I had some self-confidence issues that I was still working through, and I got some negative feedback from some people, and I deleted all the content. I deleted the blog I had. I deleted everything. And so, that was where I kind of lost myself for a little while. But then it's always been kind of my passion. It's always been that burning desire. One of the things that I'm going through right now is teaching Wayne Dyer's 10 Secrets for Success and Inner Peace and kind of breaking down that book. And in that book, one of the principles that he talks about, I just did a video last week on it, is to have a burning desire, to not the principle is don't die with your music still in you. And that's really always been my music. That burning desire that I've always had has been about spirituality. But I had a teacher that taught me a long time ago that I couldn't make money off of that kind of stuff. And I bought into that and I believed it. And so I did that kind of content because I enjoyed doing it, but I never did anything to monetize it. And then I got some negative feedback because some people disagreed with some of the stuff I said because, well, I don't say what I say to please people usually anyway. But I was in a bad spot mentally and emotionally at the time. And whenever I got that negative feedback, I deleted everything and I kind of walked away from it for a while. But I always had something just driving me to go back to it. And when I was getting back, because I went through this really bad depression last year and I disappeared off of YouTube for a while. And then I came back and I restarted the Storage Scavenger and then I started this channel. What a lot of people don't know is I went through this really huge spiritual transformation in the last year. And it started with that depression. The depression was kind of like the launching pad. It was almost like a slingshot. You have to go as far down as you can go and pull it back as far as you can, and then you let go, and that slingshot shoots you off. Well, that's kind of what I've been through this year. I went really into this really dark, deep place, but then whenever I came out of it, I went shooting off, and I went through this huge personal transformation. I started making a lot of changes in my life, and that's a lot of what I'm teaching right now on the channel is the process I've gone through in the last year and a half, where I'm really been applying a lot of the stuff that I've been studying for over 30 years. And through that, I've had some tremendous growth. Personally, I made a lot of decisions that a lot of people don't agree with, but I've made a lot of changes in myself and how I approach myself, how I approach life. And the reason I call it the serenity journey is because it's what I call the pathway to peace. Because I came to realize it's the TikTok I posted earlier today. It's what I've been posting all over. It's one of the big messages that I'm teaching is that the most important relationship you have in your life is with yourself. And if you're not at peace with yourself, it doesn't matter what else you experience in life, you will not be fulfilled. You will not be happy. You will not find joy in your life if you're not at peace with who you are and with what you're doing. And when you stop living to please other people and you start living to fulfill yourself first and then serve other people through that, you are empowered to serve them better. You're empowered to serve them more. And that's really the core message that the entire channel is about and how to do that. How do we find that peace with ourselves? And that's the journey I've been on for the last year. And that's part of why I walked away from the storage scavenger. I walked away in a way that pissed off a lot of people, including my family. I walked away from a channel that was making me money and walked away from it because it wasn't right for me. And a lot of people don't understand that decision. A lot of people still don't understand that decision. But the reason I stopped doing the storage scavenger was because I was only doing it for the money. And it just wasn't right for me. I enjoy the community. I enjoy the reselling community, but the reselling business itself was just something I did for the money. And I've never been motivated by money. I've never been motivated to do things just for the money. And so that's why I walked away from it. And I mean, I've shut down everything. I shut down my eBay store. I've been giving stuff away. I've been giving away inventory and stuff that I've had. I'm trying to clear out my storage still. Uh, but the more I do that, the more progress I make on that, the more peaceful I'm becoming with myself, and the more I'm making a lot of other changes and shifts too. That's just one of the major ones people here on YouTube know about. But since I started doing that, I found more peace with myself, and I found more peace with who I am, and just getting a better sense of who I am and what direction my life is supposed to be in. And I've always had this burning desire to teach that kind of stuff. And one of the things I had to deal with was this belief that I had that I couldn't make money from doing it. And I kind of came to realize that there are certain things in that way of doing things that I can't. Like I do. I mean, I don't talk about it much here, but I do energy healing work as well. It's something I've been working on and learning for a long time. That kind of work, that kind of stuff, I can't make money off of doing. I can't sell that. Um, but the spiritual lessons I've learned, the principles I've learned, the strategies, and the philosophical things that I do, I can teach that stuff, and I can make money from selling books and stuff like that. And I feel okay with doing that. So that's what I'm doing, and that's really the business that I'm building. And I'm setting up a coaching service where I'm going to be coaching people through this process. I'm lining out the whole process and how to walk this process through this process, and different exercises that I've done and that I've worked with other people on doing, and that kind of stuff. So um and they say an expert is somebody that's just tried a million things and failed a million times, and learned a few things that worked along the way. And that's kind of where I'm at in that spiritual community. I've tried a million things, and I've learned a few things that worked. um I've tried and failed a lot, and then I've learned a lot along the way, and I've struggled a lot in my life. I've had a lot of conflict in my life. I've had a lot of chaos in my life. And if I can use that chaos to help somebody else, then that's what it's all about. And for me, it's not about the money. The money is, as long as I make enough money to pay my bills and keep a roof over my head and take care of myself, I'm okay. I'm not trying to make a lot of money to make money. I'm trying to make enough money to, keep the lights on, keep a roof over the head, keep food in the mouth. And beyond that, most of what I make extra is probably going to be done. I mean, one of the things Jessica and I were talking about the other day is going to do something special for one of the charity groups that we work with because of Emily. And we had a whole freaking plan that was a multi-million-dollar plan that if we had the money, we would do it in an instant, but it would require a lot of money. That kind of work. You see, I look at money, and it's one of the big mindset shifts that I had to make this year. Money is just a tool that we use to serve other people. And when you look at it that way, then it's really a totally different ballgame than looking at it as something that you want for yourself. So, but that's what we're doing with the new channel. That's what we're doing over there, is teaching how to walk that pathway of peace. And hopefully we'll be able to build the channel up, get some sponsorships. One of my goals is to start getting some sponsorships on that channel, some paid sponsorships and brand deals. Because I mean, honestly, if I can get enough subscriber base and if I can get enough of a following to get one or two good sponsorships on that channel, I wouldn't even have to sell anything. I wouldn't have to do coaching and consulting or all that stuff. I could do that. I could make it on just the brand deals alone. I could make more than enough money to, take care of my family, take care of myself, and take care of a few extra things. And then I could, help people for free. And that would be awesome. But I don't know. Because one of the things I've noticed, that's one of the things that I've noticed in that niche, is there's not a whole lot of channels. I don't know if they just don't know how to do it, or if they just not doing it, if they're not connected with people. But I'm finding that there's not a whole lot of channels in that community that are doing brand deals and sponsorships. But then there's a lot of people that aren't doing things very well in that niche and in that community. It's a wide open community with a lot of opportunity for growth. Even though there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of people that aren't doing things the right way and still succeeding. I mean, I see some really big channels that just their thumbnails, their titles, all their stuff, their optimization sucks. And yet they're still getting thousands of views on their stuff because nobody else is doing it right either in that community. All right, Cha Cha. Thanks for joining us. I hope you have a fantastic night. I hope you feel better. We'll talk to you later. So that's kind of what's been going on with us. We've been on for right at an hour, just about. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the night. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. We will see y'all next time.